Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, the entry that takes the beloved franchise into the distant future. While the game isn't perfect, the zombies mode is pretty fun and the campaign is surprisingly good. It even has class customization. So because of that, let's see if we can finally manage to beat a Call of Duty game using only handguns. As an additional note, I won't be formatting this run the way I normally do, trying to make it a story that's entertaining. Really, I'm just going to be spending a short time on each mission, just sort of stating if I was successful or not, and when I do ultimately fail, where that ends up happening at. You know, I don't think I've ever failed a challenge this fast before. Even Ghosts, I think, took a few more minutes than this. So no, you can't beat Call of Duty Infinite Warfare using only handguns. That being said, I would have failed at the end of the mission anyway with this kind of boss fight. The second main mission, Black Sky, shows severe military incompetence. Seriously, who could have ever seen anything possibly going wrong by having every single ship in the entire military be in one place at the same time in the middle of a war? I did kill a robot, but it was technically in a QuickTime event, so I'm not going to call that an instant fail. Here, you can self-destruct away from everything. You have to target an enemy dropship, but you aren't necessarily responsible for the killing blow in my opinion, and the rest of the mission seemingly goes pretty well. Now, here's where we run into kind of a weird issue with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. This game actually only has 7 true story missions, as well as 5 Jackal Assault side missions, and 4 other kinds of side missions. However, according to the chapter select menu, there's actually a total of 31 individual, sections or missions or something. While in a mission, the game doesn't really make it clear when you change sections. Because of this, I'm only going to count each mission as a whole thing, so the percentage at the end might technically be higher if you go by what's in the chapter select menu on the actual game. So, despite my best efforts to simply deflect missiles using flares until the game progressed, I don't think it's possible to finish the space portion of Black Sky without shooting a little bit. The third main story mission is Operation Port Armor. The ground combat inside the moon base is really not a problem at all. Unfortunately, there is a Jackal combat section, so to me that makes another failed mission. We also sneak onto an SDF ship and clear that short section using only a handgun, not like it matters at this point. Now, we gain access to the game's side missions. We begin with Operation Taken Dagger. Ship assault side missions are generally based around infiltrating SDF ships, killing HVTs, and being able to unlock some new gear. This mission actually goes pretty well. Between shields and handguns, as best I can tell, this was actually our first successful mission. Our next mission is Operation Decon, or was it Decom? I don't really remember. Unfortunately, this side mission begins with a Jackal section, and you do have to kill a few of the enemies in order to progress. But once you manage to get inside the ship, a handgun-only playthrough becomes completely reasonable once again. We rush through the burning ship, back to our Jackal, and we conclude the first stream. We begin the second stream with the side mission Operation Deep Execute. There was supposed to be stealth here, I think. I got a special pistol from a locked door. I threw away a grenade instead of using the recycling bin. We escape back into space, but unfortunately this mission also fails due to another required Jackal section. Operation Phoenix is the last non-Jackal based side mission, and it turns out to be an instant fail. But even if you could somehow do it with a handgun, there's still a required Jackal section later on, so it would be a fail anyway. Next up, we make our return to the main story with Operation Burn Water. Things are actually going well here with our dual-wielded pistols. We also get a seemingly useless C-12 targeting system, but this mission also ultimately fails when we have to destroy one of the giant robots using a rocket launcher. I mean, maybe it could have been questionable, maybe there's some way around it, but of course there's a required Jackal section at the end, so another fail. Off to Operation Dark Quarry. The giant robot room gave me some trouble, took a little while. So did this room. but as best I can tell, I think I actually did clear this mission using only handguns. I didn't see anything that should have failed the challenge here. I then decided to take on Operation Pure Threat. It's a Jackal Strike mission, so another type of side mission, just to see what would actually happen. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that none of these 5 missions are going to be possible handgun only, given my experience here. If they are actually possible to do without killing anyone, let me know in the comments, because that would technically change my overall percentage of success or failure on this challenge. With that, we end the second stream. The penultimate story mission is Operation Black Flag. We have some very efficient dual-wielded handguns. I've apparently had a riot shield for pretty much this whole time that I usually forget about. There's a very brief Jackal section, but doesn't actually have any combat in it. But unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that this mission ended up being another failure. There's another giant robot when we reach the Olympus Mons, and I'm gonna assume that there's no way past this without using a rocket launcher. There's also this part, and then this part, so yeah, this mission was a definite L. Now, brief rant before we go into the final story mission here. We're on Mars, and yet a lot of the guys in this camp aren't wearing spacesuits. They have masks for the oxygen, but how in the hell can they have exposed skin without, like, it burning to a crisp or freezing off or exploding or something? I don't know. Always felt like a plot hole to me. Anyway, off to the final mission, Operation Bloodstorm. Early on, you're supposed to use some kind of special kinetic bombardment weapon or something, but come on now, you guys can't actually prove I killed anyone with it, right? Aside from the questionable use of military-grade ordnance, we reached the space elevator using only a handgun. Now, I was only able to get through this next part by hijacking a robot, but I'm not sure if it was strictly required. I'm sure if I had a little bit more patience, I could have eventually gotten through it. The control room was pretty challenging, but doable. Ethan makes a sacrifice. We drift away into space, and I definitely did not beat Call of Duty Infinite Warfare using only handguns. In the end, of the game's 16 total missions, as best I could tell, only 2 of them, Operations Dark Quarry and Taken Dagger, were completely doable handgun only. I'm calling the final story mission questionable because this is my challenge and my rules, and this is also assuming that none of the Jackal-specific side missions can be done without killing anything. Again, let me know in the comments if they can. This would give us a success rate of 12.5%, up to 18.75%, again not counting the Jackal side missions, putting the game in 9th place out of the 11 completed so far. Now, I still think Infinite Warfare is an underrated game. I'd really urge you guys to give the campaign and zombies mode a try, but skip the multiplayer, especially in 2022. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys back here soon for the next challenge.